Perfectionistic about this. Okay, recording.
Let's go.
Nice. What do you want to talk about?
Oh man. The question of all questions. Let's talk about freedom. What do you feel like? Sounds good?
Yeah.
What does it mean for you to be free?
Freedom for me is like a inner state, and it's really, I guess the closest description would be mental freedom. And there's freedom to and freedom for, or from, rather. And there's, we often talk about the financial freedom, or at least in this, in our society in general, but also Money X, and that's one aspect. And yet, how many times have, I'm sure you met in your life, when I met people that have all the wealth and are yet not free.
Exactly.
And if anything, even more constricted in the confines of that life. And I tasted that myself with earning a lot of money when I was working in finance, and there's a certain attachment that is there. And there's a certain dependency that's there. Money starts to define who you are, or you are depending on your sources of income, or you're kind of attached to that being a certain level and your investments doing or going a particular way. Whereas actually some of the times that I felt the most free was when I had very little. Because there's nothing to lose.
Right.
So that's, money as an example, or this financial freedom as an example of, it's not really how much you have, but how you relate to it. And so for me, freedom is really first and foremost on the inside. It doesn't mean we don't have this freedom of optionality, or of course in our society it can be argued that money can buy you time, right, or a certain kind of level of comfort, but it won't necessarily make you free. What do you think?
I love it. For some reason that I might not be able to explain fully, the word openness is coming up for me. Being open to experience, being open to the feelings that really come through. Of course, we can always talk about freedom of time, freedom of space, freedom of choice, freedom overall, but for some reason, right after you started talking, I was like, there's openness coming up again and again. And I feel like I'm getting more and more freedom whenever I become open to whatever's happening, whatever's coming up for me, whatever it is that I want to experience. And so, yeah, my rational self wanted this to be a better analogy, but I really like it for some reason. I'm really associating it with, openness of sorts. Being open to whatever it is. Much like you just explained, the freedom you never felt this really, the concept of being free. Even when you had all this money, you might not have been open to fully to experience all there was to experience. And whenever you really opened yourself to, released control, released all these ideas of preconceived ideas, you finally found that you were free all along, and you didn't really need any money to get it, to achieve it. You just, became open to life, right? Life happening, letting it flow through you, becoming the channel, the open channel. And it's something that I really feel right now. You've become this open channel, right? You take everything in, not necessarily, don't immediately process and digest it. You just let things flow, the stream of conscious. Whatever's happening, the channel is open. You're manifesting whatever is coming in. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. It's almost like when we get to freedom, we cannot even call it freedom anymore. It's almost like even the word freedom is kind of confining, because it means that there is also unfreedom there, or captivity. And so I love your kind of shift to openness. It's just all, or it's just everything. Because freedom also presupposes that if there's freedom, there's also the opposite. That's kind of like the negation, right? And yeah, very much resonate is this spaciousness, this openness. It's like everything is in alignment, everything is perfect, and trusting the balance and the harmony that's here in the present moment, no matter what it looks like to the rational mind, to the logical mind, to the ego, however you want to think about it. And I feel that's really what's truly freeing. I'd love to know, Felipe, how was it for you to work with me in that month? And where do you find yourself now feeling what's happening for you in your life compared to where you were before we started our container?
It seems like you set me up at this with the freedom, right? But I chose it, so it wasn't you, so I can't blame you. But it's an incredible thing, and now I understand why openness came up. It was all there all along. So yeah, this is very much what I felt like the process was, right? Coming in with no sense of goal per se, right? Just being open to what came up and what would be the work, the process. And yeah, having gone through it and staying open to what is coming up to this day, I really feel this freedom. I really feel free, like I haven't felt before, right? This kind of opening the channel, kind of just being open to the experience. Having this, the space that you hold is fantastic to get all of us really. It's like a funnel, right? We start really just a little prompt, and we are starting really broad and probably not disconnected, but then it's all coming to drip down from the funnel. In this drip is the real work, it's the real outcome, it's the real meaning, and yeah, it's the final result. For me, it's becoming fully open to the experience. This is what I feel, where I feel I am right now, right? It's getting to this point where it just becomes fun to live the process, whatever it may be, whatever might come up, even the also, of course, living the ups, but also living the downs with the same gusto, like I might not be feeling so good, but that's also the point, right? It's seeing what this downshift in mood and motivation and energy means, and what does it, if you're a channel and that is the what comes in, what comes out the other end. Yeah, I think I digressed a little. Don't know if I answered your question, but this is the whole process, right? It's exactly the funnel, starting really broad, and what comes out the other end is the real juice of what matters. Yeah, I think that was it. How do you feel? How does it feel to listen to all of this?
I enjoy it. I'm grateful that you trusted your own intuition, and I mean, I'm grateful that we connected in the first place back in August and September. You know, I was just starting out on X, and as I told you, you're one of the first people that I saw, and I think it was the same for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, just to witness your evolution, and that, you know, having that call when I was still in India, and connecting with you and chatting, and I remember how you were reflecting how, you know, how safe you felt to open up just in that conversation, just, you know, with the space that was held.
Yeah.
And that you were curious about working together, and I knew that for, you know, as you shared, for you that was an investment, right? That was like, that also brought up fear in terms of like, can I do this? Like you said, you never worked with a coach before, and you know, that a lot came up, and that you still chose to follow the intuition and surrender to what was there.
Yeah.
And look at us now, and just the things that are clicking for you now with your business, with serving clients, with these partnerships popping up, and even us just connecting like this in person and having a conversation, like where this is going. So I feel blessed. I mean, this is, for me personally, there's one of the reasons at least I do this work is because I find that witnessing and helping others succeed, but succeed really in the true sense, not just helping you like fill up your bank account with meaningless money, but helping you really live in your purpose. That's the most fulfilling thing. And you know, and we do it through different ways. I mean, there's, you know, like using breath, for instance, how you guide, you know, helping people succeed or to thrive or to be healthy. And this is the greatest service that we can do to others and to each other. So
Totally agree.
I feel absolutely blessed, and yeah, just really grateful and honored to do this work.
Same here, brother. And I really resonate with the words, and you know, this sense of success not being, you know, income or cash flow. It's really being the transformative aspect, you know, shaking people from their foundations and making them see they were free all along. Right? Yeah.
Because money is then just a byproduct.
Exactly.
As we were talking about it.
Yeah.
So once you come into your alignment, once you do that necessary inner work, it's like you set the foundation, and anything is possible.
Definitely. Yeah, and I feel freer, right? I feel more free, more open, and I feel like this cash flow is really energy flow, and there's a lot of good energy coming my way. So I feel like I'm already rich, as I told you before. And yeah, this alignment it's really what I think the measure of success should be, right? If you're staying true to yourself, to your core values, to your truth. Yeah, that's it.
I don't know about you, but I'm really baking in this sun.
Yeah. I'm, you know, we've somehow we've chosen to wear black today in one of the hottest days in this week. So, yeah, let's call it a day.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you,
Awesome.
Felipe.
Thank you, man. It's awesome.